Welcome to the Block Sit Down. This is the One Foot In podcast where we take 1 foot in to the college football realm, the college football world. And this episode is the post game show podcast of week 7. We had a lot of interesting games. But I think what needs to be talked about before all the games, there's one game in particular. One storyline that came out 15 days after this head coach played against, what was it, a top 4 matchup? It was the Oregon and Penn State game.
I think it was 3 versus 6.
In that game, James Franklin was supposed to be at the pinnacle of his career. He needed that win so badly. 15 days later, he's fired. And that's just what it is at the moment. It's the biggest story in college football, I think, this year. Maybe you could take a look at Dabo Swinney and Clemson, but he hasn't been fired yet. But James Franklin cuts ties and basically is fired by Penn State right after this loss. And basically, James Franklin is out of Penn State. Drew Aller's out for the season, and they lost 5 commits, and that's including, I think, 2 5-stars and 3 4-stars or something along them lines. This is for the 2026 and 2027 class, and the downfall of Penn State is among us for this season. I think we need to. This shit is getting wrapped up real quick. Drew Aller's going to be off to the draft. James Franklin is going to be off to collect his $50 million. First off, I don't know if he's going to get another job. I mean, definitely not this season, but next season we'll see what he does. Man, I think he just kick his feet up and just enjoy life with his kids, bro. $50 million? What are you gonna do with that? It's the second biggest payout in college football history, a buyout wise, for a head coach. And who was the other one? Does anybody know?
I have a feeling it might be Signetti, but I'm not sure.
No. Was he from Miami?
Texas A&M.
Oh, A&M.
Oh,
Only a couple years ago.
Forgot. I remember seeing that post. I don't remember his fucking name.
I forget too. That's why I asked, bro.
I thought that was a quiz.
How are we feeling though? How are we feeling?
I'm feeling good, man. Yeah, the Penn State news kind of crazy. I'm not gonna lie. Penn State was quick to get him out of there, quick. So it was pretty shocking on that part. But I guess the expectation. The hot seat was already riding high due to the fact they can't win the big games. Sounded like Ryan Day at one point, but not anymore. But
at one point,
yeah,
he had to go through the gauntlet last year, and he was able to get over that hump.
Yeah,
you can't say it's safe for Baldy over there.
Definitely can't.
That's who it was.
Jimbo Fisher.
Yeah. VJ, how are we feeling?
man, the crazy turn of event. It's crazy how much things can happen in like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, however you want to put it.
15 days.
Literally, it's insane.
I woke up in the middle of the day Sunday, and I'm saying, yo, this got to be fake, bro. I look at the caption, and they said this is not fake. They dead ass like took my shit out of my mouth. Pause. I'm like, what? I thought this was fake, bro. This is not fake.
I definitely thought that shit was fake too. I'm like, okay, I get it. I get it.
Yeah,
I get it. It's bad. Damn, that shit everywhere.
The irony of it all is you lose to Oregon, which, you chalk it up. You lose the whiteout game. We know you can't win the big ones. But you lose to UCLA. Next week, you go back home and lose to Northwestern. And those two were actually fighting for the shittiest Big Ten team a couple weeks ago. Funny enough, right? And Penn State lost to both of them. So what pissed me off is we're supposed to be competing against the SEC, as in Big Ten football, the Midwest. We're supposed to be going against the SEC down south. And now Penn State is just like they're holding us back from being great. Like they're now making us look bad. They lose to UCLA and Northwestern. They have a combined 2 wins. They have 4 now because they beat Penn State twice. This is insane. This is just what do you think went into this decision, BJ? What would be your guess?
I think it was just it definitely. I feel like it was definitely a lot of peer pressure from the community because they've been dealing with this for so long. It's like it just out the blue, kind of like that. It was like, oh, what in the world? And it doesn't help that, especially you're losing to UCLA, which at the time was 0-4, never had a lead in a game, and then they lost bad. It was shocking. You go in next week, Northwestern. That's your bounce back. You're at home, and you lose to them too. It's like, bro, what? Like you just can't. I don't know. For sure, like you're downhill, you're down on everything, but it's like, damn. Now you're gone. You got interim coach. All your recruits are leaving, bruh. It's a whole bunch of stuff. So
This year is basically chalked up. I think donors had a lot to do with the decision. Because hey, bro, this is Baldy not getting the job done, bro. I'm not gonna keep paying for these NIL deals if motherfuckers not on the court doing anything, bro. And it's like what everybody's saying, bro. Everybody's saying the same thing. James Franklin can lose the big ones, but you gotta win the ones you're supposed to win, bro. If you're not gonna win the ones you're supposed to win, bro, then you gotta get the fuck up through, bro. We were a top 3 team. They ranked second or third at the start of the season.
Second.
Like, come on, bro. And then we hopped them, chill, bro. But going into this game, how did we feel about the Penn State, like, I guess, game plan for Northwestern, bringing them into Happy Valley?
Ooh, oh shit.
DJ,
I don't know what the fuck they were doing, to be honest with you. Drew Allen was definitely doing his own thing, messing up, but it's like, ironically, he was still keeping them in the game somehow. He was like messing up and keeping them in the game. I don't know. It was weird. It was like a rhythm at that point. He's been doing it for the past week, so it was like, bro. And then I don't know. Defensively, I guess they look better. I don't know if you consider 22 points against Northwestern better, but it's better.
Yeah.
I don't know. So this team right now is just all over the place. I mean, now it's just even more on top of it. I think obviously now it's like now you're looking towards the future. I think at this point you're looking for the future. You're like, I was talking.
They're looking to bowl. They're looking to bowl.
I was talking with Rack about that. Literally yesterday, I was talking about Rack about that. I was like, dude, there's a chance that Penn State might not even make bowl eligibility given the schedule.
Iowa?
They got
Indiana?
Ohio State, Indiana, Nebraska. I'm like, dude, there's a good chance they might not even make bowl eligibility at this rate. Like, who knows? So it's actually getting like, I don't know. I mean, I'm not gonna say, oh, you gotta fight for the season still, but season's not looking great. It's not looking too good. You don't even got a coach anymore. As we look at it right now, your future is uncertain. You got no recruits. Your head coach, you don't technically got a real head coach to recruit for you. The portal does open at like the start of next year. I think that's like official now with the new portal thing. Only one time window, but how much can you do? I mean, you got to get your coach beforehand for you to even get that push. So we'll see what happens. I mean, what about you, right?
Honestly, I think they definitely thought like, all right, listen, we're on a bad streak right now. We lost to Oregon at home, lost to Whiteout. It happens. I can't get over the big games, the big hump. It is what it is. Move on to the next one. To go over to the UCLA, James Franklin gets smacked around, and he's like, "Whoa, what just happened? Like I'm confused, but whatever. That game's over with. All right, let's go back home now. It's Northwestern. We should go smack them." All of a sudden, now the game is close. All of a sudden, now he's losing by 1 point. He's like, Drew Allen go injured. Everything. Honestly, it felt like the alignment to get him out of there was all aligning together. It's like it was just, I don't know. I guess fate did not want him there no more. I guess all the people in Penn State was like, all right, it seems like everything's pointing the direction of getting him out of there. We already don't want him here. It seems like not winning that big game. It's like, well, this is a sign right here. We're losing to 0-4 UCLA, and then now we come back home losing to Northwestern. Like Cam said, these two was basically the two worst team in the Big Ten, or possibly two worst team in the Big Ten, and they both got to win over Penn State, the at one point number 2 team in the country. So it seems more so it's like I get the Drew Aller injury was definitely the one exclamation mark that definitely like threw everything off. I felt like, what quarter did Drew Aller get injured in?
Literally almost
like the
last
last
play.
drive. Yeah,
literally the last play.
I think the backup quarterback came in on 4th down, bro. I think that's what like the last offensive play of the game. Damn. And he fucking tried to run it for the 1st down and got smacked. But
damn.
Anyways.
Damn. But yeah, like Drew Aller, definitely now him being suffering a season-ending injury, and damn, yeah, I don't know if they're gonna make a bowl eligibility because like if Drew Aller was at least still healthy, there was a chance. But now, no head coach, no Drew Aller. This team is like cooked basically. You might as well start rebuilding now and do what you can do. I guess try to keep the players that still have some years left before they all transfer, get up out of here. I don't know, but shit, maybe the depth chart is like, I'm gonna stay here. Seems like all the starters might get up out of here because I finally could play. Who knows? But then again, there could be a Deion Sanders coming in like, hey, I'm bringing my guys. If y'all want to stay, y'all can, but my guys coming in, I'm about to run shit. I don't know who that will do that shit, but there's a chance. You never know. So.
Okay. So I've never seen this before. This is a Penn State team that was trying to do what Michigan did 2 years ago and what Ohio State did last year. They were bringing in a whole bunch of juniors and seniors, have people skip the draft, come back, and that's what Drew Aller did. And this is like, bro, this is the worst possibility. And after the game, when James Franklin announced like, oh, Drew Aller's out for the season, I'm like, okay, that's what the season's come to. Like, you're just coaching for your job now, and or just trying to like I guess finish the contract, bro. VJ was making fun of it, like, oh, they're stuck with James Franklin to 2027. Nah, they cut that shit off next week, bro.
Yeah.
But we can talk about the future now. Penn State, 5 decommits. One of the running backs last week, after his game, they were like, "Are you 100% at Penn State?" He was like, "I'm not 100% at Penn State no more." And that was after the UCLA loss. So, what to expect in the future is, for this season at least, I think this is still a good team. I've seen Virginia Tech. I've seen UCLA. They've looked better after they fired their coach. I expect something along them lines. I expect them to get what they need 2 wins to be bowl eligible. Oh no, they need 3. I was saying 2 maybe. But 3's gonna be tough. But it's possible. It's possible. Okay. But again, this is bro. They can't transfer in the middle of the season, bro. They still got to play out there, and some of them's going to the draft. So that's just what it's gonna be. But as far as the future, that's what I want to get into. Let's start off with James Franklin's future. What do y'all think he's gonna do?
Me and VJ briefly talked about. Honestly, if not Penn State, James Franklin is capable of transforming a lower tier team into possibly a mid tier team. What team that is, I don't know, and I don't even know if those like lower tier. Honestly, the lower tier team might take that risk and invest in James Franklin, but I don't.
A lower tier team?
Lower team.
Talking group of 5.
We could possibly see like maybe
Division 2?
a pack. I mean, shit.
Shit.
I mean,
Signetti, bro.
Yeah, it may be a good start, just to get his mental back, see if he's still meant for college football, just a complete restart. So we could see in Division 2, but then again, I don't know if himself will want to do that. But if that's the only coaching job he's gonna get, he might take it. So, but yeah, there's a chance we could see James Franklin somewhere. I don't know if he's ready to hang up his jersey, but with I don't even know if he was ready to even leave Penn State yet. I'm pretty sure that he thought he might. He's gonna be in a hot seat, and this was the year that he want to make up for it. I didn't think he was gonna. I don't think he knew he was gonna get fired before the end of the season. So.
Shit, who would have, bro?
Yeah.
He came in this shit with championship aspirations. Said his staff was the best he's ever had. VJ.
Yeah,
you can go ahead and go.
I mean, for sure, this season he's definitely kicking it back. Like you just said earlier, he's kicking it back. He's probably gonna watch and see what's gonna happen. Because honestly, if he does that, just watch, you can potentially see his next team in the future. Maybe. I think he'll definitely be back next year. I don't think he's that bad in the sense of like, yeah, we're not gonna pick him up. When I was talking to Rack about it, I think honestly, if he goes to like the Big 12 or the ACC, he might be able to make some noise. He could be at like a top 3, top 5 team easily over there, 100%. Like clear cut, might be like itching 9-8 wins first season. Given like what he does, like if there's one thing I give respect for, he's a good player coach. Like he actually gets to his players decently well. So next year for sure, he's definitely gonna probably get on the team. I'd assume so. There's no way, unless he literally says, "Yeah, I'm not doing it." Then it's like okay, but he's for sure getting on the team next year. I think, like I say, if he goes to the Big 12 or ACC, he might make some noise, some genuine noise over there. So that's at least what I got.
I have like landing spots. You said ACC, Virginia Tech has a wide open like field. Like they don't have their interim coach is not going to be their full time coach at all. They don't got no direction in that sense. I don't know why. I just see fucking James Franklin in like a zip up fucking maroon and orange windbreaker or some shit, bro. But Arkansas, what about Arkansas? And I heard something along the lines of someone said this on something I watched. They said he goes to Arkansas and he says you gotta give me this much money or this many scholarships to work with, and have to invest in your program for me to invest in the program. So in Arkansas and shit, I think that Florida job opened up real soon. So shoot, I think, bro, James Franklin goes to the SEC, bro. I think he could build a roster, bro. Everybody knows how dangerous the SEC is, bro. You give James Franklin that. I think he needs to turn over a new leaf and basically, I think he should get out the Big Ten.
Yeah.
I think he shouldn't have to. He shouldn't deal with that no more. Because this Ohio State lingering over him and all these other Oregons, just need to leave it alone, man. Go to the ACC like you said, the Big 12. But I also see a world where he could be an analyst. The only thing that is going to be like him being compared to is like a Nick Saban, bro. Nick Saban has won multiple national championships, and it's going to be very like I don't look at James Franklin on that tier of like head coaches because he's never won a national championship. So I don't know how much people are going to care about that if he does go into that, because I think he could talk, bro. I like his post game interviews. I like when he gets on like a Pat McAfee show or some other show and just like talks, bro. Pat McAfee was there 2 weeks ago, bro. Crazy enough. Talking to him about his program and everything. Now look at it. But I just don't know what direction. But I can see both, where he's still on camera and still using his voice, and then also being a head coach and just another Power Four program. But I don't know. I don't know to this point.
I think he probably will go for a head coaching job. I think he just want that hardware. He want the satisfaction of winning, a conference championship or something like that. So will we see him winning, a national, championship? I don't know. And, Penn State, like I said, this year was the team for him, and look at what he did with this Penn State team. But I feel like we're probably going to see him again. I think he, if he had pride, he probably want to win, something somewhere. Just to like salvage his legacy, if he so cares about it. So
I just, bro, starting all the way over, bro, it's crazy, bro. He was not expecting this, bro. He has to start all the way over, bro. Get people back in that locker room.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Gotta have people believe in him again.
Yeah. That's just gonna be just starting all over, building that staff up again and everything.
Yeah.
Penn State. We there's candidates out there. We've all heard the rumors. There's multiple candidates. Who is your most likely option, VJ? Or if you got multiple, share.
I think the three options, in my opinion, because I can't go by like one individual, because anything can happen, honestly. But obviously the three most options, I think the easiest and obvious one, home run hitter right now is Signetti. 100%. You drop a bag for him, try to get Signetti. But after that, I could see a reunion with Manny Diaz. It's possible. Manny Diaz, he was the defensive coordinator at Penn State a couple years ago. So it's like, it's potential. And then obviously the third option, hearing a lot of talks, it makes sense because it's alma mater, Matt Rule. So in my opinion,
right.
I've been seeing, but I don't see nothing else really crazy.
Let me just shoot all of them down. Matt Rule, he went to Nebraska 2 seasons ago, has a 5-star quarterback. What has he done? He hasn't won the big games. He hasn't shown anything. He's not jumped off the paper. Why would Penn State pay for that? Just because he's an alma mater? I think he's the most likely option. Signetti. He's building up this Indiana program from scratch. He's built this program that was a basketball school and now has just got his biggest win to date. And the second time Indiana football has beat a top 5 team in Oregon last week. I just don't see him just jumping ship just like that. Like the transfer portal is hard to live by and going quarterback for quarterback because that's what he's going to have to do for a third straight year. He's going to have that third straight quarterback. And then Manny Diaz again. It's just like Matt Rule. What has he done at Duke? Like I feel like he really hasn't jumped off the paper. Like I think Penn State wants a home run. Like we want to invest in this guy and we have money to spend. And this is Penn State football. We need a home run hitter. That's why Brian Hartline's going to get that call for $10 million a year. And unfortunately, he's going to decline and come back and be the offensive coordinator again for this championship team, bro. He does not care about Penn State. He is not that defensive coordinator from last year. Jim Knowles? Who is that? Right, do you have anything? Do you have any candidates you have in mind?
It was already the 3 people that we talked, me and BJ talked about.
What about Bill Belichick?
Yeah, right, buddy. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. All right.
Gio Lopez. He brought Gio Lopez. That's all I'm gonna say.
I'm not. You might. They might have a better chance of getting Matt Patricia after winning the national championship this year. You know. He make that. Penn State make that call like, hey, y'all just won a national championship. You know, your contract's over. I'm pretty sure it was a 1-year contract. Hey, we willing to give you this head coaching job. Have a better chance with Matt Patricia than Bill Belichick. How do I tell you? But yeah.
Okay, for me, I look at like head coaching jobs for Penn State, like their stature is top tier.
Yeah.
You gotta just like invest. Like you seen what DeBoer did. He brought that Washington team pretty far, and they brought him to Alabama to replace Saban. I look at it as something like that, like someone with a lot of potential. Matt Campbell at Iowa State and Eli Drinkwitz at Missouri. Those are 2 programs that, Iowa State just lost 2 in a row. Let's ignore that. But before that, they were a top 15 team. Iowa State basically turned their whole program around, and it was due to Matt Campbell and his head coaching. Though Iowa State was known for losing, bro. That is insane to me that he was able to do that. And then Drinkwitz, it's ironic because Bo Prabula played at fucking Penn State. Imagine fucking Drinkwitz and Bo Prabula go back to Penn State. Yo, I ain't gonna lie, bro. The story writes itself, bro. And that would be my most likely option. But that's the type of things I look at where someone from the SEC that, doesn't really win all that often, but is having a good couple years and it's potential. Let's invest. Let's just invest. And maybe that's what Manny Diaz is. Maybe that's what Matt Rule is, bro. But again, these guys just started their head coaching like gigs there. And same with Signetti, bro. I feel like Signetti's the fucking farthest option, bro. This dude talks the most shit. He's Indiana football, bro. He wants to build this program like that. That's why it's like hard for me to go the Signetti route. But yeah, that's just how I look at it, bro. Like who wants to take that step up and who's willing to invest in themselves as a head coach to take the offer and also be on that pedestal. I think Drinkwitz is my favorite for that position.
Alrighty.
Moving on to more head coaches, we're gonna go the head coaching carousel because 2 more head coaches got fired. We got Oregon UAB. We got Trent Dilfer, former Super Bowl winning quarterback. Trent Dilfer got kicked out of UAB. We agree that unfortunately our on-field performances has not lived up to the standard of winning we have for the program. UAB's known for winning, guys. I did not know UAB had the standards of winning. I did not know that, bro. I'm glad UAB let that be known, bro, because I did not know that at all. So shout out to them, bro. That's the only reason I brought it up, bro. No one's looking for UAB. Trent Dilfer's out of UAB. No one's throwing a party. No one cares. We're just gonna move on. I just thought it was funny that fucking UAB has standards of winning. And talk about winning. That's what Oregon State has not done this year. They haven't won a football game. They're 0-7. They're 0-7. Yeah, they losing to the fucking Wake Forest Demon Deacons, and they get blown out by them, bro. Yeah. They fired their head coach. And I don't know, bro. Got 12 examples, bro. I don't like. Like they haven't won a fucking football game, bro. Like I don't like. I don't know how he kept his job this long, bro. They got bro. Cal, Fresno State, Texas Tech, Oregon, Houston, App State, and Wake Forest, bro. You lost to Fresno State and App State, bro. Like, bro. Yeah, the Pac-12 in shambles, bro. And they're first in the Pac-12. How the fuck are they first in the Pac-12 on this shit, bro? Click on their Oregon State shit.
Oregon State #1 in Pac-12.
Nice, bro.
What?
Only 7, bro. That's all it takes to be first in the Pac-12.
What the fuck? Yo, that's insanity.
Granted, Pac-12.
It's because no conferences. Yeah, there's no
it's
conferences.
The Pac-2. Remember, it's the Pac-2. It's not the Pac-12.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Washington State and Oregon State haven't faced each other this year, so they're both just tied for the conference. That's what.
Okay, I was about to say, what the fuck? And they play each other twice? Washington.
They play each other twice?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, in a way, yeah. Bro, and they're both night. Yo, so stupid, bro. All right,
Jesus.
let's get into the games that really matter and what everybody came here for. The Ohio State Buckeyes, #1 ranked team in the nation. There's a podcast that we did before. We didn't do it. I didn't do it. But y'all did it, and it dropped the day before y'all watching this. If you watching it on the drop day, and they basically went over all the Illinois and Ohio State game plan and fucking the game overview, post game interviews and shit. And in that, I wasn't there. I had technical difficulties. I had ongoing issues, is what VJ said. Like I had fucking herpes or some shit. I was in the hospital or something like that, bro. Like I just internet issue, bro.
He said,
holy shit, bro.
He said that on me.
Nah, bro. You said ongoing issues. Like it was a fucking like, bro. Is he alive? Like is he doing well? I'm like, yo.
Well, was the matter not in the moment?
Nah, it was in the moment. But you said ongoing issue. Like it was.
Yeah, it was in the.
You just said
in the moment issue.
I don't know. His internet's fucking trash, bro. I don't know, bro.
I did not say that.
But anyways, I got notes.
Talk about internet.
So we usually don't go over the Ohio State game. We just do a quick overview. But these guys wasn't yapping enough for me. So I got some things I wanted to cover. Firstly, at the end of the podcast, if you watched it all the way through, Slick said I would be irate because of Jeremiah Smith not getting his blocks and almost getting injured. Yes, I was fucking scared. Like holy shit, bro. His neck, shoulder, back. I didn't know what it was, bro. He started wincing and shit. I'm like, no. And then this fucking ugly ass dude is in front of him. I can't see him. I'm trying to look past him and shit, bro. I'm moving in real life. But yeah, Max Clare, fucking, bro, I don't know any of the offensive line, bro. But Austin Seerveld, bro, I don't know what the fuck Seerveld was doing, bro. I'm like, yo, that was your man, and you just ran past him. And then Max Clare, like, he can't get the angle to get him. Like, what the fuck? It's the prize possession. Like, give me the helmet and give me your big ass jersey, bro. I'll block for JS4. Shit, put your fucking body on the line. But y'all gave Jermaine Matthews his credit on the slot. I'm glad y'all did that. We didn't talk about Igmanosin. He was basically the player of the game on both sides of the ball, negative and positive, bro. He had 2, I think, PI calls or something like that, maybe 1, but it was like it should have been more like 3 or 4. This dude was fucking. They were trying to target him, and I think that's gonna hurt us in the long run, bro. Because if you get a Fernando Mendoza in the Big Ten championship that knows how to accurately throw the ball and has a receiver like Surratt that can catch the ball, we're gonna be in big trouble, bro. If they lock in on Igmanosin and actually, bro, it's gonna be bad, bro. I'm telling you right now, bro. If Igmanosin wears oven mitts, like if he doesn't wear oven mitts like he practiced in this summer or something like that, I don't know what story that was, but that was crazy. Our up-tempo defense. Illinois, the reason they were able to score before halftime because they were running a 2-minute drill. That is scary to see. It's something that I like to see because it's a weakness we have. They seen, hey, we just ran a 2-minute drill and we ran down the field easily, bro. We're not gonna let this defense get set, and that's what they came out the second half doing. That's why they were able to run up fucking 16 points. I was mad at that 16 points, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I wanted 10 again, bro. I didn't want them past that. But shout out the backups, it is what it is. But that up-tempo offense that they ran that showed a lot of weakness on our defense, I think is gonna be a problem in the future if we don't fix it. And then that Jeremiah Smith catch, I was seeing y'all watching the highlights. I was like, bro, how is his forearm down and the ball didn't move, bro? His forearm was all the way down, bro. That shit was a fucking catch, bro. Like these refs was pissing me off, bro. We had 2 fumbles. Um, I count fumbles as like we just got lucky, bro. We had 3 turnovers in the game, 1 interception. That was Peyton Pierce just got tipped in the air and shit. I feel like all those turnovers are lucky. We're not really a turnover defense. I don't know why, but we haven't had a turnover since I think Grambling State. I think that's when it was. So I think that's a little. It is what it is, and that's the reason we didn't have like Julian Saint didn't have over 200 passing yards because we had like short field position and shit. Shout out Devin Sanchez. He got the call up. He was doing his thing. I think he had a PI in the end zone that helped them get closer to the end zone. But it is what it is. And then we took him right out the game, bro. I was pissed at that, bro. They immediately caught him off the field. And then something that was said, I think by either Gus Johnson or Joe Class, someone that was on the announcing booth. They said, "Is Ohio State?" And this is what I question a lot. Is Ohio State built to play catch up? If we're down 2 possessions or something, are we built for that? I just think that's a question that is gonna be answered later on in the season, hopefully, or it's gonna be on the other podcast, the Buckeye Fan Film Room. Drops every Tuesday at 9 a.m., something like that. And yeah, that's all I have to go over. And that's my yap session for the Ohio State Illinois game. Illinois, 17th in the country. Now we're unranked.
Damn.
They lose to number 1 team.
What the fuck?
Now they're unranked. Now
What
we
the
don't play no
fuck?
ranked teams. We have no ranked teams on our schedule now.
What the fuck?
They fucking hating, bro. I fucking 6-0 though. Shout out them Buckeyes, man.
We're ball eligible.
Shout out Bo Jackson too, bro. Shout out CJ Donaldson, bro. He actually did his thing. James People's still trash though. Nah, I'm not saying he's trash. I'm just joking. But he came on the field and did absolutely nothing, bro. Moving on. Shout out Luke Allmeyer, bro. We got your first interception, my boy. Moving on. Who we got next?
Fucking
Alabama, Missouri.
We got South Florida.
It's not how I sent this.
Oh, we do.
Yeah,
damn.
y'all be on my dick.
Damn, I completely skipped that shit. Goddamn, give me a second. Just go ahead. Go ahead and talk though.
All right, Alabama, number ranked team in the country, won 27-24 at Missouri. Missouri hasn't left Missouri this whole season, bro. They're getting a whole fucking end zone built, and the whole stadium's getting built in the background. There's bulldozers and shit, bro. Well, they hosted Alabama, and VJ, you picked Missouri to win. I think a key player was missing. I don't know if we need to send out the milk cartons with the face on it. Where was Ahmad Hardy at, bro? I couldn't find him. I couldn't fucking find him, bro. I'm about to say 11 carries, 61 yards. No, that was Bo Pabula, bro. He is the leading rusher on this team. 12 carries, 52 yards. A season low for Ahmad Hardy, bro. Under 60 yards. VJ, you picked them to win. What went wrong?
I wasn't watching the game. But I wasn't watching the game all the way because the Buckeyes were playing. Gotta rep the Bucks. But
yeah,
I did have my peaks here and there because I actually wanted to see this game because it was actually a good game. And the times I did peak, it just seemed like the Missouri game plan was just all over the field. I think obviously when the run got stuffed, they resorted to trying to get that quick tempo. And I think if you see Bill Pabrola's stats is there's a lot of 16 for 28. Yeah, that's not really a good percentage in terms
2
of
interceptions.
Yeah, they tried to get something rolling passing wise to get some spacing. It didn't work right, and then they were basically playing down. However, they were still keeping up with Alabama, which is kind of good to see, I guess, in a way for them. But it just seemed like they were never able to get a consistent offensive rolling from what I was able to peak. So it is what it is.
If I remember Bo Pabula's interceptions, they were just like, I don't know, bro. They was just like out of sorts, bro. Like I don't know. That wasn't the Bo Pabula I remember, bro. He looked all out of sorts, bro. Once the run got stuff, bro, he started trying to not run, but he had nobody to feed the ball to on the receiving end, bro. No one was there for him. And as far as Alabama goes, Ty Simpson played a damn near perfect game, bro. I don't know what else you want from him. Jam Miller, he's injured, concussion protocol. He left that game in the fourth quarter, so that's gonna be something to look out for. Ryan Williams, no catches. Is fighting injuries, not 100%. But I think it was 8 pass catchers. Everybody stepped up, bro. Brooks, I haven't heard that name all season. 58 yards. Isaiah Horton, 34 yards. Josh Cuevas, 28 yards. Jam Miller, 25 yards receiving. Jeremy Bernard, three receptions, 20 yards. Only 20 yards, but 3 receptions. Danny Lewis Jr., 17 yards. Kevin Riley, 15 yards. And those are all pass catches with multiple receptions. Like, he was distributing that fucking ball, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. He was having his way out there. But shout out Missouri. They kept it close. And it actually felt close. I'm not gonna lie, bro. It felt close. Like, they was actually keeping it close and making it feel close. But it just, like, with Ahmad Hardy not like getting started, I'm like, bro, Jam Miller shouldn't have more yards than Ahmad Hardy, bro. Like, that shit just shouldn't happen. But because Ahmad Hardy has 700 yards on the year, bro, and the fact that they were able to hold him to under 60 yards, bro, I feel like Missouri should have kind of like planned for that. Not planned for that, but like knew this was gonna happen eventually, bro. But I don't know, bro. This is like Missouri's perfect pinnacle point to like again take a fucking choke a hold of a fucking SEC that is not at 100%. Georgia's not looking like Georgia. Alabama already lost, but they're hitting strides now. But again, bro, just like Tennessee and Georgia, Missouri and Alabama, you gotta take advantage of these games that are close and that you can win at the end of the game. And they weren't able to do that. Rack.
Yeah. This game is closer than I thought it was gonna be. Obviously, probably the main pointer is where is Ryan Williams? You know, fucking Ty Simpson doing everything. He's distributing the rock. You know, that's all you could freaking ask for a quarterback. You know, at least 23 for 31, 200 fucking yards. But if Ryan Williams up there, would have been an extra TD or two, and the game would have been that much of a difference. But yeah, Missouri, that was it. There was this, Alabama is hitting that stride of like they're finding themselves. The board's finding his like recipe, his bread and butter. He's getting his system down. He's finally getting that SEC play. This is it. And Missouri, this was their chance to just knock the board back down. Like, hold on, you still haven't adjusted yet. We've been in here, and this is what we do. But no, the board's here. The board is looking like the phase 4 Alabama at one point. They was looking like the board's about to get out of here. But here he is winning against number 14 Missouri at the time, and he's keeping Alabama in the game. So good out on the board, and hopefully we see more Ryan Williams.
Yeah, this Alabama team is not what was at the start of the season, bro. Shout out the board for turning this ship completely around. There's still Alabama fans that are still mad at this. This game was close, and Missouri almost won type of thing. But you just gotta come back to reality.
Yeah.
BJ, do you have any final thoughts?
I mean, it's honestly, to go back a little bit what you said, it's surprising that Missouri honestly had that many home games. Now they're gonna be on the stretch of away games for now, and it's not gonna. I don't think it's gonna be a good second half for them, especially since it's away games and against some decent opponents. So we'll see how they look.
Yeah. Yep. Moving on to, I think, the biggest matchup of the end of the year, bro. We got number 7 Indiana going to Eugene. Nobody had them winning, and they somehow were able to pull off the win against number 3 Oregon, 30-20, and basically controlled most of this game. Vijay, how do we feel about this?
Dude, I'll be honest with you. The score doesn't reflect on how good Indiana was actually this game. Honestly, Indiana controlled the game the whole time. Like, they just controlled it. They literally held them down and did not they put that motherfucker in a choke. Like, they were going for it all, and they just held them. They beat Oregon's 18 home game win streak. That's great. Or then you basically hold Oregon down crazy. I mean, in my opinion, I think the score should have been 30-13 or 10. Like, that pick six, it was good for Oregon, whatever, but Indiana just rebounded off of that and they just stayed through. So honestly, shout out Indiana, man. I mean, they did some justice. They did good. They beat Oregon very well. I mean, you can't say nothing. It looks like now they're I mean, given their schedule too, it's a damn near a clear path to the Big Ten championship for them. So, as for Oregon, I mean, they're still in there, but now it's basically they're hoping for something to happen for them to be in there again. They're hoping. So, Big Ten's getting good though. I can't complain. Big Ten is getting good. So, we'll see. How about you, Rack?
It's looking like we're about to see Ohio State versus Indiana in the Big Ten championship. Indiana, Kirk Zanetti, he last year was not a fluke. Obviously, I don't think last year was even a fluke to begin with, but it definitely was overhyped. VJ mentioned this. Last year was mainly overhyped and than than what it should have been. Like I do believe Indiana was good last year. It just like who the fuck did they play last year? And they finally play Ohio State. You seen what happened. But this time around, we don't play Indiana this season, and well, they got put up against Oregon. And Ohio State lost to Oregon last year at home. So, but here Indiana come into Eugene, beating Oregon, and this just proved that Indiana is a team to be watching, especially in Big Ten, and possibly might be able to see them in the college football playoff. Like, this is a really good Indiana team. This game overall, Indiana was literally just slapping Oregon around. I'm not gonna lie, Oregon was looking like Ohio State with CJ Stroud here, all offense, no defense, bro. Fucking Indiana D-line was cooking all the fucking Oregon O-line. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know how. I didn't think Indiana was their defense was that good. At least their front seven, I was seeing them making that boy Dante Moore running for his life. Had him just throwing shit up there. So Indiana is definitely a team to watch now. I'm pretty sure it's Indiana, Miami, and Ohio State. They no longer play any ranked team moving forward. I mean, Ohio State is supposed to play number 2 fucking team in the country at one point, but where they fucking went, fucking shit. Don't got a head coach no more, but that it is what it is. This is college football. That's just what happens, But overall, I mean, honestly, one of the stat sheets that I want to highlight, fucking Elijah Sarrett, motherfucker, bro, he got 121 yards off of 8 receptions, bro.
He was first last year on Big Ten, right? All Big Ten first team or some shit.
I did not know that shit.
He would like that,
bro.
That boy like that.
121 fucking yards.
As far as that Indiana team last year, bro, they lost to the 2 teams in the national championship, Notre Dame and Ohio State, bro. That team wasn't legit in the sense of like competitiveness, but I think Indiana put a lot of people on the map. Now, people are watching this team, this defense, like you said, got to Dante Moore a lot more than any other team has, and that's something that I think Oregon's gonna have to take a hard look at, and they should be able to rebound from this. It ain't the worst. But Fernando Mendoza and Surratt, bro, that is legitimate because Mendoza knows how to throw that ball, bro, and that is gonna be that's Mendoza can take you anywhere, bro, just with his arm, bro. So shout out him. And when that defense is finally woken up and is finally doing something for once, I'm like, yo, this team is legitimate. And I think a lot of people should have been on notice when that Illinois team was supposed to be good, and it looked pretty good, and they lost 63-10. That is insane to me. To beat a top 10 team like that, and now you just beat a top 3 team. So Signetti has a lot to indulge in this week, but it's right back to it, bro. Like you said, Indiana, Miami, and Ohio State don't face no ranked teams. That's because half these teams is losing before we get to them. And then when we get to them, we beat them, and then they are unranked again. It's not our faults. But yeah, Big Ten cooked this week with their games. We had 2 ranked matchups, bro, and it was decent. We took care of business back there. But Indiana and Oregon, these are 2 teams that could possibly still make the playoffs. But again, Oregon's not in the driver's seat no more to control their destiny for the Big Ten championship at least. Moving on to the final game, we'll take a deep dive in, and that's the Red River rivalry. I don't want to say I called it. I don't want to say anything, but Oklahoma scored 6 points, bro. I think Michael Hawkins had some things to say at the sideline because he could have scored 6 points, bro. Like, holy shit, bro. He could have scored 7, bro. The field goal, the kicker could have got him a fucking field goal. They ain't touched the end zone today or fucking Saturday. Texas, this was like, I think, like, defensive battle, bro. This is the only way Texas was gonna win, bro. They wasn't gonna put up crazy stats. Shout out Archman, he protected the football. John Mateer, he did that opposite, bro. He was throwing shit I never seen him throw this year, bro. I'm like, yo, it's the Heisman. It's supposed to be a Heisman fucking number one, bro. Number one Heisman candidate, bro. And this dude's coming back like he's playing with a broken hand at this point, bro. 3 interceptions, no TDs on the day. Again, they didn't get in the end zone at all. And number 6, Oklahoma goes down. And Texas, with their backs against the wall, with no reason to pick them. Their offense hasn't clicked. Why click against the Oklahoma defense? Because it's gonna be a defensive battle, bro. And John Mateer's coming back from injury, struggled. VJ, what can we take from this game?
Ooh, I mean, it's more now a future look into like what's gonna happen in the SEC, especially like this loss for Oklahoma could be the reason why they don't make SEC championship. In a way, it could be. It's potential, especially since they don't have an easier.
Did they have a chance to, anyways? They faced the
I
death
feel like
lineup.
I feel like the momentum they had was decent, but I think this definitely was it goes both ways because I think Oklahoma now with this is like damn, because I think the two things is now the SEC is kind of like, and I won't say they were front runners, but they had momentum to be front runners right now. And then they also are probably second guessing, like, damn, did we pull John Mateer too early? Did we pull him too early to come play? I know, like, obviously, I understand he was pulling to come back and he was like rehabbing very fast and very, very, like, very, very strong. But at the same time, it's like, if you're not gonna be the player you were projected to be like the couple games before, can you even perform that? Now, I think those are the big questions about it. I think for Texas, a rebound game. They needed this. I mean, honestly, given speaking, the defense for sure for Texas was doing their thing. John Mateer was not doing the things that we saw him do before. Texas was doing the things they needed to do. And their offense, it looked decent. The Texas offense did look decent. I mean, I don't know, I forgot what quarter. I think it's third or fourth where Arch Manning had a crazy good couple throws to where he basically set him up for scoring position.
Yeah.
I think that, to me, that showed that team is now they got some life back in them. You know, they got some momentum. They're back ranked. I think they're like 20. I mean, we get on that later, probably in the fucking Thursday. But overall, this was a very, I mean, you kind of said it, I'm pretty sure, last week on the pod. This was a much needed win for them. They had nothing to lose, really. You know, this is a much needed win. So, yeah, go for Texas, man. They're back in there. I mean, I think in the SEC, but they're only like 1-1, so they're still basically still in there in some way, shape, or form. I kind of forgot, but
yeah, and they don't got a tough schedule. They got a lot of winnable games.
Yeah, so
that last game's gonna be the toughest though. It's A&M.
Yeah, but hey, I mean, this is kind of what you expect from a win and loss in football. When you win, you get a lot of up. When you lose, you get a lot of down. So we'll see how both teams react. I mean, I'm assuming Oklahoma, they're probably gonna have some thinking to do about maybe splitting some time with Hawkins, because I don't know if I want John Mateer to even play next game fully. Same thing. Like I want him to at least, if you're gonna give John Mateer some reps, give him at least like half, do like a half and half type of thing, or like if anything, get the game out early. Try to get the game out early, and then try to just rest John Mateer as much as you can. But with the second half schedule for Oklahoma, it's not gonna look good. I think for Texas, like I said, you have to take this for granted. You got to build off of this now, because we're halfway in the season, and you guys kind of, in a sense, showed life. You guys have some form of momentum and stride. You just beat your biggest rivals in the Red River rivalry. Now you have to take it. So we'll see how that looks. Your thoughts about this one too, right?
Yeah, obviously I had the Sooners with this game, but John Mateer did not.
Why was Texas the favorite?
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Texas, I'm not gonna lie, Arch Manning finally threw the ball correctly, and I still don't think he was even the main point focus of this damn team. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, he got one TD, but I think it was more so John Mateer having that injury with his hand that, throwing 3 interceptions. He did not look comfortable out there, bro. That injury was cooking him, bro. But I'm not gonna lie, Arch Manning definitely, he showed up this game, but we'll see if it's a fluke or not, because I'm not gonna lie. The biggest game that he needed to win, well, not the biggest game, but a bounce back game that he needed, He bounced back, yeah, but you know, I felt like it was more so the whole team as overall that really, you know, had a very big impact on this game to really, yeah.
What?
Yep.
This man went 21 for 27. What are we talking about? What the fuck?
Oh wow,
This
he
dude
did it in
threw a
one game.
dime.
He do
Bro,
one
he
game.
threw multiple dimes out there, bro. I ain't gonna lie. He was hitting shit where I'm like, oh, this is the Arch. He's getting his groove in, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Arch deserves all the credit, bro. He got the shit done, bro. That defense, you know, he piggybacked off them, but he got the shit done, bro. That offense was moving because of him. But shout out fucking Wisner, bro. Wisner was player of the game for me, bro. This dude was fucking everything, bro. Bro, I try to highlight the Oklahoma rushing game in a Kent State game. Like, oh my God, I need this to be consistent. I want this to be consistent. Blaylock had 11 carries for 33 yards, bro. Jaden Ott, this is a transfer from Georgia Tech, I'm pretty sure, or some Big 12 school or something like that, bro. ACC school or something like that. Bro, I thought he was gonna be something, bro. This dude had 1 carry for 2 yards, bro. I don't know if he got injured or something, bro, or he just like always plays like that. I don't know. But John Mateer, I think they limited the rush, bro. 14 carries for 5 yards. I know a lot of fucking sacks and shit play into that, bro. But holy, yo, I don't know, bro. I don't know what to take from it. Oh, they only had, oh no, they had 5 sacks. Damn, Texas had 5 sacks on them. But yeah, man, 3 interceptions, and all 3 of them were. I say 2 of them were bad, and then one of them was like, I think like just bad in the air, and then, you know, or something like that, bro. But bro, Arch needs credit, bro. Wisner needs credit, bro. He was there, bro. He was doing his thing, man. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Wisner was like the go button on that offense. But yeah, I don't know what to make of Texas still. I don't know if it's gonna be consistent. They got Kentucky and a pretty easy schedule up ahead, so we'll see if they can mosey on way through that. Cause, bro, yeah, I feel like give it any week, bro. Once that 3rd loss hits, they're out of there. They're out of there. And Oklahoma, they're one dimensional. This offense is one dimensional. They have no run game. Like these receivers, like John Mateer is the whole vocal point, bro. If he can't get in the run, if he can't run, he can't throw, he can't do this, he can't. Like he's a quarterback, obviously, but this dude has to play at a Heisman level for them to be competitive in this SEC division, bro. And they got the death lineup ahead, and I see them in a couple weeks, bro. They're gonna be racking up these losses, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Prove me wrong. I mean, let me see that fucking hand that I'm hearing fucking a week before he came and grip a fucking football at the time, bro. I don't know, bro. Shit, Michael Hawkins could have fucking got you in the end zone, bro. I could almost guarantee, bro. He put up 44 on Kent State, bro. I don't know, bro. It is what it is. Any final thoughts? Are you gonna stop doubting Arch and that Texas team?
No. I'm gonna keep doubting Arch himself. I'm gonna keep on
grudges from week 1, bro. Like, calm down.
No, bro, he lost to fucking DJ Ugle. I don't. That's the fucking part that I'm fucking holding down on his head, bro. I'm telling you.
What the fuck? What do you got against DJ Lagway now?
No, I'm saying he lost to him. I'm saying you lost to him. Bro. He lost to him, but this was supposed to mean? Bro, he was supposed to be a Heisman favorite, and he's losing to somebody who just threw fucking 6 interceptions.
He was a Heisman favorite too, bro. DJ Lagway was good at the start of the year. We're supposed to be good at the start of the year.
And then what happened, bro? But anyway,
USF came in town and beat their ass at the school.
Oh my fucking god, we're losing to fucking UCF. Holy shit, I didn't think USF. My fault. Oh my god, I didn't think the USF. Holy shit, how could I forgot? They're a fucking Power 4 team. Oh my god, holy shit. No, they're not even that shit, buddy. They're fucking Alabama? No, bro. And Nick Saban coaching that team? No, bro. So it's like, what are we talking about? It's fucking Billy Napier. It's fucking holy shit. Fucking Arch Manning lost to Billy Napier, bro. I don't want to hear that shit. Heisman favorite, Sark, but I will give Arch Manning his credit this game. I just got to see this. I need to see the consistency. There was just no way that game he should have lost, or I don't know what happened there, but Texas should not have lost that game. That's the reason why I'm like, I was on John Mateer, or was high on Oklahoma. Like, obviously that injury, all them throws he threw that like led to interception. It was definitely, he was out of place. The O-line nowhere to be there once, but anytime John Mateer had time to throw the ball, he had nobody to throw to. So it's just like, what the fuck you want him to do, you know? But Arch Manning on the other end, he was clicking on all end. So I definitely give him the credit this game. He needed this win, and shout out to Arch, but I need to see this more from Texas moving on, especially Sark. Keep calling them plays. Make sure you keep Arch comfortable in that pocket. And we're supposed to see this number one team. Supposedly, we're supposed to see this number one team, and we're supposed to see this Heisman's favorite in Arch Manning. But as of now, you're not even ranked. So, are they ranked now?
They are ranked.
They are ranked now.
They're ranked now. Damn.
At the time, they was not ranked. But the number one team shouldn't have fallen out the top 25. Goddamn. So that's all I'm gonna say.
Bro, I don't know what you got against like Texas, bro. I don't know what Arch did to you personally, bro, because he had to do something personally.
No, it's not what Arch. It's not what Arch.
I'm in favorite. He was number one. Like what the fuck?
It's not Arch. Exactly. It's not Arch's fault. It's y'all people's fault, bro. Having this high expectation on this man, barely playing in the league, and y'all like, yeah, he's Heisman's favorite. He's gonna win it all. What the fuck y'all just do to him, bro? Y'all just put all this expectation for him not to fucking see it through. Not because it was his fault. No, I'm not saying it's all his fault, but it's like, bro, just let the guy play the game, bro. If he's gonna be the Heisman's favorite, his ball game gonna show us that he's the reason why he's the Heisman favorite. But obviously that haven't happened. Why y'all hyping him up like this? Just let the man play ball. But obviously all the expectation, Heisman's favorite this, number one team this, that nowhere to see until this game. So that's the point. And if it's supposed to be number one team, you lost Ohio State, they're the number one team. Julian Sand playing damn near the best game. I don't see no Heisman talk about him, but a team that's not even ranked.
Bro, he's been like in the top 10, bro, the last couple weeks, bro. That's because his completion percentage is 80% plus.
Okay, and he's not a Heisman favorite. What are we doing?
Julian Sand and Jeremiah Smith was in the Heisman talks 3 weeks ago, bro. I remember both of them. They were back to back at 6 and 7. Anyways, last thing about fuck, I was about to say something about Arch. Oh, I remember that first game, bro. It was like the Arch Manning era has begun. I'm like, what the fuck? Yo, they glazing, bro. Anyways, is it time for the 2-minute drill?
Yeah.
So?
Yep. USF.
Let's head over to Friday night. We had a close game in the first half. We had USF ranked 24th going to North Texas. They was undefeated at the time. They had a freshman quarterback, which shit, he needs a transfer, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Maker out of North Texas. They had a chance to get this group of 5 spot in the college football playoffs at the time. They had some competition in USF, and that third quarter was the downfall. 3 interceptions by Maker, and they were fucking freshman interceptions, bro. They was bad mistakes. Byron Brown and USF was able to take care of business. They had 300 rushing yards. Like, oh my fucking god, almost 300 fucking passing yards. Yeah, it was just an offensive slate for them. They were able to do whatever they want on them, and it was 63-36. This is gonna be definitely the biggest blowout. Or no, maybe not actually. We'll get into the Big Ten action later on. But yes, USF took care of business. Beat North Texas. It got hyped up. I thought it was gonna be something better, and it was for the first half. Moving on to some Big Ten action. We got Rutgers going to Washington. The only reason I brought up this game is because Damon Williams, 400 yards passing and 136 rushing, 4 touchdowns.
Damn.
So when he faces Ohio State and can't do shit, look at this. Look what he put up against fucking Rutgers. Shout out fucking Washington, 5-1. Should be ranked, bro. I don't know who's hating on them in the voting poll, bro, but they should have been ranked one of these weeks, bro. Come on, bro. I don't understand. They only lost to the number 1 team in the country. That's it, bro. That's the only loss. And they lost 24-6. So I don't know what people are hating on Washington for, but shout out to them for handling business week in and week out.
This is shit that makes me mad,
Moving
bro.
on. You didn't have it in order. Everybody want to talk about the order I put it in. We got the Pitt Panthers. Again, this is another Friday night. These are all 3 Friday night doing chronological order, 2-minute drill. Pitt Panthers. I haven't watched them this year, but I heard Heinz, another freshman quarterback, went on the road to Florida State. Florida State in a must-win situation. Dropped 2 games. They're now 0-3 in ACC play. Holy shit. Tommy C. Yo, this dude was a Heisman favorite after the first week, bro. They peaked in the first week, bro. And Heinz had some bad interceptions too, and they couldn't do anything, bro. Florida State, they I ain't gonna lie, they let Pitt back in the game, bro. They let them come back in this game and win. Again, I was trying to look for Deuce Robinson. This is their best receiver. He had 2 catches for 10 yards. I don't know what fucking Tommy Castellano was doing, bruh, but he was fucking struggling all the time, bruh. Like I don't know what he was doing, bruh. It's a lot of like him not being able to get the rush game, and they was basically just spying him the whole game and took his fucking legs out the game. And it was still close, but Pitt was able to crunch it out. They're 4-2 now and 2-1 in the ACC. So I guess we could watch out for them. But Heinzshu, I think he's a freshman. He's gonna make these mistakes. He was 21 from 29. If he faces good teams, he's gonna lose. He just got lucky with this one. No hate. UCF goes on the road to Cincinnati. Cincinnati beat Iowa State. They're ranked 14, no losses. They hosted Iowa State, beat them the week before. USF comes in town, or UCF comes in town. I don't know why I always do that. Central Florida, South Florida, same shit at this point. They're all trash. UCF, though, 3 games in a row they lost. Again, they're on some Florida State shit. They're Florida State in the Big 12, 0-3 in Big 12 play. Cincinnati 3-0. And they're now 5-1. So, again, watch out for them. Sorsby, though, he got injured in the game, I'm pretty sure. Wait, was it Sorsby? Oh, no. Never mind. It's another red and black team we'll get to later. But UCF also lost their quarterback, Taven Jackson. I don't know where he's at, bruh. They said he was injured. They said he was going to play. I don't know. I can't find the reports on it. But Francher, he's looking like a better quarterback in my eyes. He threw 49 times, bruh. So, yeah, and he can get it done with his legs. He got 100 yards with his legs, 200 on the passing yards, but they only scored 11 points. So that's not going to win you many college football games, and definitely not this one. Moving on, we got the Buffs. On Tuesday, Deion Sanders has a 4-hour procedure to get blood clots removed from his legs. He goes to practice next day on Wednesday at 9 a.m. And then on Saturday, what does he do? He leads Colorado and the Buffs to an upset victory and hosts 22 Iowa State to their second loss. When 24-17, Kane Salter actually looked like a fucking decent quarterback the whole way through. And Shadow Hams say Salter was doing his thing on the ground, but I fuck with Welch, bro. Welch is that guy, man. He's able to get the short yardage, bro. He's one of my favorite players to watch. But Joseph Williams, I don't know what kind of created player generator his name was made out of, but he had 128 yards for Caden Salter. But on the other side, Iowa State has found their quarterback or their running back for the future. Abu Sama the third, bro. I don't know. I just say Osama. 24 carries for 177 yards and 2 touchdowns. When Rocco Beck can't get it done, bro, just hand it off to that guy. He's gonna be able to get it done. But again, Iowa State just lost 2 in a row. This is a college football playoff hopeful. Not looking like that right now. And the Buffs finally are able to squeeze out the upset that they were fiending for the last couple of weeks. They kept a couple of Big 12 games close, like TCU. Weren't able to pull them out. They went ghost for the 3 quarters and 2 quarters, but they actually played a good game and was actually able to upset Iowa State, who's coming off a loss to Cincinnati, and then went to Buffs and then lost to them. Moving on, we got a scare. Number 4 ranked Ole Miss has a close one with Washington State Cougars. Is Washington State a good football team? No. Do they have a good running back? Actually, it was a pretty good running back. Kirby Voorhees, 88 yards on the ground, and kept them in the game a lot of the way. Ole Miss struggled. Trinidad Chambliss was in a box. He could not run that fucking ball, and that's what he's good at. But you got Keywan Lacey, bro. Keywan Lacey getting it done, 142 on the ground, and Trinidad Chambliss still has an arm, so he can throw it, bro. It's just gonna be a struggle if he can't run it because Ole Miss relies on his running ability. That's what Austin Simmons doesn't do, and that's what Trinidad Chambliss is supposed to do. But if you're getting boxed by Washington State, what's gonna happen when he actual SEC play? I don't know. But Ole Miss definitely a lot of questions here. People are saying they're not a top 5 team, and I understand after this game, bro, they was really going neck and neck with Washington State, bro, and they almost lost. Moving on to Tech versus Tech. Virginia Tech, they fired their head coach after week 3. I say it every week, but they just try to rank in as many wins as they can. It's not going to be this week. Number 13, Georgia Tech hosts them, and they win pretty convincingly. Haynes King is still that guy, but he actually had help on the ground. He had Malachi Hosley, had 129. Jamal Haynes, not Haynes King. I don't know why there's so many Haynes on this team, but they're all getting it done on the ground. Had 268 yards on the ground. And yeah, again, I need a new head coach here that actually knows how to play football, because Kyron Jones had 83 yards on the ground as a quarterback and 181 over the air. Like he's actually a decent quarterback, bro. I feel bad for his situation. But yeah, that's ACC football for you. Georgia Tech still 6-0. and it was 13th at this time. Should be top 10 right now, right? In this week's rankings. But again, they're going under the radar. They really isn't facing nobody that's crazy. They got their win against Clemson early in the season, and they're just on autopilot at the moment. Let's see if anybody in the coming weeks can actually defeat them in their option playbook. Still in the Big 12, or going back to the Big 12, we got TCU going at Kansas State. I say Kansas State. Avery Johnson, that's my Heisman favorite at the start of the season. He gets it done. He's just doing anything, bruh. He fucking has a running back now. Joe Jackson came out of nowhere, 110 yards. Well, that helps a lot. Avery Johnson, 200 yards, 3 touchdowns. Looked pretty good. Josh Hoover was not Josh Hoover out there. I don't know what Kansas State was doing defensively, but he was boxed. He didn't have no open receivers. He made through for 376, but them 2 interceptions was bad, and they couldn't get nothing like over the air, bro. They lost pretty badly, and a lot of this, like, they scored 28 points. It wasn't 28 points, bro. It was a lot of garbage time shit, and that 14 points in the fourth quarter was at the end of the game, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Kansas State kicked a couple field goals at the end, so this score basically got ran up by both sides. But Kansas State was in full control of this game the whole time. Josh Hoover was struggling, and he's supposed to be the senior. Avery Johnson, he's supposed to take this year, and I think he's just developed more. Because next year it got to be their year. Because definitely not this year. NC State goes to Notre Dame, and Notre Dame wins pretty convincingly. CJ Bailey, he practicing football at the start of the year, bro, but 3 interceptions on the day, and it was bad interceptions. I'm like, why are you throwing that, bro? You're just forcing it at this point. Hollywood Smothers, he's a guy that you should know. He's a pretty good running back. Didn't have the best day today, but again, we go to the other side, the winning team, number 16 Notre Dame, still take care of business. Only got 2 losses on the season. Every day every week I want to see if it's gonna be their game to lose and their season ender, bruh. It's definitely not gonna be this week. CJ Carr still looking like that guy, bruh. Jeremiah Love, Jadarian Price, whatever. Rari Don and Pauling fucking had 100 yards for receiving. I'm used to Faison and Fields getting that ball, but they didn't get it this week. They took the back seat and they won pretty convincingly, 36-7. And NC State falls to 4-3. I really want CJ Bailey out of that team, bro. I want him to transfer. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Hopefully you can, bro. Then we got 10 matchup. We got 2 like B tier teams. We got Nebraska. The only loss on the season is to that team up north, Michigan and Maryland. Again, they choked last week at home against Washington. And I think it was like 24 unanswered or something like that. Something in the 20s. They still have their starting freshman quarterback against Raiola, and Raiola looked out of sorts. They somehow miraculously got out of this game, but Raiola was not himself. He had protection in this game, and he was throwing crazy shit, bro. He had 3 interceptions, bro, and they were bad interceptions all the way. But talking about the offensive line, they had a running back actually, Emmett Johnson, 176 is crazy. And I ain't gonna lie, bro. I don't know what Maryland does, because they kind of had this game in the, like, neither one of these teams wanted to win, bro, in my opinion, bro. Like, they were just trying to pass. Who wants to win? Nebraska got stuck with it. But yeah, Nebraska moves to 5-1, and Maryland drops to 4-2. They're 1-2 in Big Ten play. But again, Malik Washington, freshman, we're hoping for the future over there. And then another scare in the SEC, number 12 Tennessee wins 34-31. And hosts Arkansas. Taylon Green is that guy. I'm not gonna lie, bro. He's a senior. He makes a lot of mistakes, though. I'm not gonna lie. He was pissing me off. He had bad decision making. He was holding on to the football. He had a couple fumbles, I think, bro. He was not protecting the rock, bro. And he's a senior, bro. He's like 6'6", bro, and can run that football. Had 63 yards on the ground. Mike Washington in the backfield with 131. But the winning team, number 12 Tennessee, were able to get it done. Arkansas 0-2. Tennessee 2-1. Joey Aguilar still doing his thing. I was trying to look for Chris Brazzell. He wasn't in the game. Their leading wide receiver. He was in the game, but he didn't feel like it. 1 reception for 5 yards. Braylon Staley. This guy, I don't know where he came from, had 100 yards. But Mike Matthews and Chris Brazzell are the 1 and 2 on this team. But Staley somehow comes out of nowhere and does that. But Bishop is the highlight of this game. If they can get a consistent Bishop out of this, 146 on the ground is insane for Bishop. He took over this game. And again, Joey Aguilar, 5 carries, 59 yards. Nothing crazy for him. But again, Tennessee squeezed out this win. And this is how deep the SEC is, bro. It can happen any week. If you Ole Miss, even though it wasn't an SEC team, or Tennessee, bro, like it's just a bloodbath over there. And speaking of SEC, we got Florida. Again, they just can't lose, bro. They gotta just keep winning, bro. Backs against the wall. And they lost. They lost pretty convincingly. Texas A&M number 5, and they deserve to be number 5, bro. They're undefeated. I glaze them a lot because their offense is so deep. Like, you got Le'Veon Moss, Ruben Owens in the backfield, and that helps, and that's developed over the last couple weeks, and that makes them so much dangerous because Marcel Reed, he had an interception in the opposing team's end zone, I guess. Like, he was thrown for a one-on-one coverage, ended up being a bad ball, interception. So he left that 7 points on the board, and then he had a missed field goal. So I'm looking at this team like, damn, they could have 44 potentially if they make a field goal, and Marcel Reed just protects the football a little bit better. But again, this team is so deep on offense, and that defense was cooking on against DJ Lagway, bro. DJ Lagway came out the gates, and they were going back and forth on the first quarter, but Texas A&M separated themselves. They made it look easy. I think the first drive, Florida came out and scored their low 7 points. In 2 plays, Texas A&M scored the ball. That's just how good they are. And DJ Lagway and their freshman wide receivers and shit was trying to play catch up the whole time. But this Texas A&M defense is legit now. I think they're putting everything together, and I would be scared if I faced them in the playoffs or in the coming weeks because Marcel Reed still has a lot of tendencies to throw, bad balls here and there. It is what it is, and that interception is definitely something that he needs to look at and just not do that again, bro, because it was something that was just stupid and unnecessary. But again, Texas A&M still left some points on the board. I'm just looking at this potential like, damn, they really have a chance to go very deep in the playoffs, bro. And Marcel Reed is leading that charge. But Florida, 4 losses. Wrap this shit up. Billy Napier, bro. I think Billy Napier only saved his job because they didn't score 40, and plus he scored 17, bro. You scored in the first quarter twice, and that basically saves your job for another week, bro. Maybe next week's gonna be the week, bro. Hopefully, bro, because this Florida team is out of here, and their schedule, we know how the schedule gets. Only gets much harder. Texas Tech host at number 9. They host Kansas. Kansas was a team I thought could do something. And yeah, Texas Tech came out the gate and it was on foot on next. They won 42-17. Baron Morton, that's the one I was talking about with the red and black. I thought Cincinnati, fucking swords being shot, be getting mixed up because the bees. But Morton, he is day to day with the injury. He was in the game. He had a lower leg injury. It looked like he tweaked his ankle or something. But he was pissed, and he's basically now day to day, and he was like slamming his fucking fist against the what's it called, the ground. But day to day, Will Hammond came in through an interception right off rip. I'm like, damn, it's about to be bad. And it was kind of close. KU put up 17 points in the second, so it wasn't the farthest difference. But Will Hammond took care of business at Utah. He took care of business here. But Cameron Dickey, we share the same name, not the last name at all. 21 carries, 263 yards. I don't know if people don't take this Texas Tech team serious, at least take this player serious. He had 2 touchdowns. Will Hammond had 2 on the ground as well, with 61 rushing yards to go with that. Will Hammond's legit as a backup, and Cameron Dickey's a fucking good ass running back. But as far as Kansas goes, they're 4-3, still look pretty decent. Jalen Daniels leading that charge over there. But it was just you can't keep up with Texas Tech, bro. They're just looking too good right now. That Porter's treating them nice. They do have an injury on their defensive line that is somewhat concerning. We'll see how long that injury is. I forget who it was. But yeah, that defensive front, that defense for Texas Tech is legit. Moving on, and again, Texas Tech is leading the Big 12 undefeated. So they should be the front runners for that. Clemson, it's week by week, just like Notre Dame. It could be the end of their season. It probably is the end of their season, bro. I just like watching Clemson football to see if they fall to another fucking trash team. And that trash team this week was Boston College. They went to Boston College. They were 1-5, 0-4 in ACC play, and they basically dominated them from the start. They didn't really give them no room to breathe. And yeah, I don't watch Boston College games, and I probably won't for the near future because this was bad. Again, Club Nick had 280. We can go through all the stats. He was getting Antonio Williams, Wesco the ball. They was just doing whatever they wanted, bro. And they actually look like a decent team. But again, it's Boston College. Who the fuck cares? Iowa. Again, I was talking about like who had the biggest lead, who won by the most. Iowa. I only put him in here because Wisconsin faces against number 1 team next week. I don't know who the quarterback's gonna be. It looking like maybe Hunter Simmons. But this dude's fucking trash. I ain't watched the game, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I just put it in here because I'm like, yo, how dog shit of a team can you be? And how is the coach of this team, bro? Locked in, bro. Iowa just won 37-0, bro. Oh my god, this is disgusting. This is not Big Ten. We might have to kick Wisconsin now. They might have to go in a group of 4 or group of 5 or something like that, man. All right.
Pac-12
This is
needs
a
people.
tale. Yeah, this is a tale. This is a tale of two halves. We have number 10 Georgia at Auburn. Um, the refs were the only winners in this game. Georgia looked very beatable in the first half, and after a controversial call, Georgia was basically able to get the momentum back. And after the momentum shifted, Auburn went silent in the second half. It's unfortunate because Auburn had a lot of momentum. They was there, and then the refs just took over, bro. Like I'm telling you, it was like, bro. I think the last 2 minutes of the second half was I think 37 minutes or 45 minutes or something like that. In real time. That's how much the refs were getting involved. It started with I thought it was a touchdown. It was Jackson Arnold stretching over the goal line. I thought the ball stretched over and crossed the plane before it was knocked out, but it basically got knocked out in return for a touchdown or something like that. I don't know, bro. I don't know what happened, bro. I was confused. I didn't understand it, but Georgia somehow squeaks past this. Jackson Arnold, he had some decent coverage, but I just don't understand how we don't have like singular plays for Cam Coleman to get open, bro. I feel like they have to force feed this guy the ball or something, bro. Like they're just like the receivers not getting open, bro. Cam Coleman has to get like fucking, bro. They only throw to him like past 15 yards. I feel like, bro. Like I don't know why, bro. Like I feel like that they only go for him for deep or like they'll set him up for like no type of yardage, bro. Like no type of yardage. Like I don't understand it. I just it's hard to explain, but the offense has to get better, bro. When you freeze, you can be mad at the rest all you want, but you have no excuse for not scoring no points in the second half, bro. I don't give a fuck how good that Georgia team is, bro. You should be just as good. And Jackson Arnold, yeah, he has to get better as well, bro. It's you had protection in this game, bro. It wasn't that bad. But one thing to notice is C.J. Allen, man. He had 10 total tackles on the night, bro, and the only sack for Georgia. We're talking about this Georgia defense that hasn't lived up to the hype of other years, but CJ Allen's still that guy, bro. I ain't gonna lie. He's the only one on that defense where I'm like, yo, he's a game changer. But shout out Georgia, they got they win, but they definitely look beatable, and they definitely are probably gonna get 2 to 3 losses in the regular season, and that's saying a lot in my opinion. And that I feel bold saying that, but I feel confident saying that. Moving on, we got a pretty good matchup, bro. Just because one team wasn't ranked, bro, I feel like it went under the rug. But I feel like I called this. I said this USC offense is dominant, bro. Like this got a lot of room to grow and a lot of potential, and it lived up to the potential. They dropped 31 points, hosting the number 15 team in the country. Everybody's favorite, the Michigan Wolverines. They scored 13 points. This man, Bryce Underwood, after a touchdown pass, was acting like he was fucking, I don't know, Tom Brady in his prime at Michigan, bro. Like, I don't know why he was so confident, bro. It just pissed me off. I'm like, you a freshman game, you just scored in the second quarter, and you're still down. Why the fuck are you doing that? But yeah, Bryce Underwood's getting better at passing the ball. But again, they're relying too heavy on Justice Haynes, and this USC pass rush actually came to play. This front seven came to play, and they knew what they was going after. It was that number 22 on the fucking offense, bro. And they got after him, bro. 10 rushes, 10 carries for 51 yards for Justice Haynes. That's got to be a season low, bro. They locked in on him, and they made him throw the ball. And Andrew Marsh, again, I thought McCulley was number one, could be a number one. But again, Marsh, I think he's a freshman as well, dropped 138, but it wasn't enough, obviously. USC wins, and they win pretty convincingly. And they throw in King Miller. Like, he's the fucking king, bro. He had 158 on the, and he was just destroying the whole defense of Michigan, bro. I'm like, yo, he's doing what Justice Haynes should be doing on their side of the ball. I don't know what's going on. Mekhi Lemon's still that guy, bro. Makes the big plays, bro. He just is what it is. 9 receptions for 93 yards. Again, Mayava could get him the ball, and that Lincoln Riley offense is pretty fucking good. 25 for 32 for Jaden Mayava, so shout out him. Moving on, more SEC play. LSU, again, this offense, I don't know what it is, bro. I don't know why Nussmeier throws interceptions like he does, bro. He's just, like, I don't know, bro. I could play quarterback better than him, bro, at this point, bro. Norcellis actually had help today, though. He actually had help. He had 83 yards from his running back, Matt Fuller, bro. Like, he was a game changer, but again, they couldn't get it done. And again, Nick Harbor, bro. Nick Harbor is like should be a weapon on this team, bro. And they don't give him the ball, bro. Like he's just like Auburn, bro. These SEC teams don't know how to feed their wide receivers. Maybe because they don't got Jeremiah Smith, they don't know how to do it. But bro, I was getting irritated. And shout out Faison too. Faison and Fuller, bro. Them two in the backfield helped sellers out a lot. They weren't able to get the win. But again, this Nussmeier offense is only relying on Trey Dez Green. He had a game. He had 119, one touchdown. Bro, he was everywhere, bro. I don't know how tall he is. He got to be like 6'7", bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like, what the fuck? But he saved Nussmeier, bro. Again, South Carolina, that defense for LSU is legit. 2 turnovers. I think it was a fumble. And an interception by Lenoris. Lenoris just got confused. I like miscommunication or something. He was like, "What the fuck?" He thought dude was gonna come back. He didn't. He just left them and basically threw it right to the defender. But again, this LSU defense is legit, but this offense is still struggling somehow. Moving on, we got Big 12 action. We got a ranked Arizona State, number 21 in the country, getting blown out, bro. They didn't have fucking Sam Levitt, bro. I don't know why 24 hours beforehand they're talking about Sam Levitt's out the game. I'm like, yo, they're supposed to go beat Utah. They're not going to do that, bro. They're not going to do that. Utah's 5-1. They lost to Texas Tech. And now Utah is 5-1 going to BYU, which is a ranked opponent. And Devin Dampier, 120 rushing yards. He had more rushing yards than he had passing yards. You're not going to win. Dampier's a guy that can't throw the ball. But as far as fucking running the ball, you can't let him get started because he had 3 touchdowns on the day, bro. That is insane, bro. They won 42-10. But again, this is a Sun Devils team that didn't have their starting quarterback, bro. You sitting on the sideline, just confusing me. I don't know what the injury was. It wasn't disclosed. I hate college football for that, bro. Like, how do you not disclose the injury? Moving on, more Big 12 action. Again, that BYU team I was talking about, still ranked. They were able to squeeze out this Arizona win at Arizona in double overtime. I feel like the refs gave them the win, but who am I to say that? Bear Bachmeier had some bad interceptions. He also kept them in the game though because he had 89 he had 89 yards on the day, but 22 carries. He had more than LJ Martin, their actual running back. That had 162 yards. That is insane to me. Baron Bachmeier, he makes his offense go, but that Utah team is gonna be very interesting to see. BYU stays undefeated. Arizona falls to 4-2. Arizona is a team like Kentucky in the SEC, bro. Maybe not Kentucky now, but Arizona can be a game record, bro. They could actually do it, and I thought this game was gonna be it because they led in the fourth quarter. But yeah, I ain't gonna lie. BYU scored 19 in the fourth quarter and in overtime. And yeah, I don't know where Arizona goes from here. They have helmet stickers. Fafita had like helmet stickers on the back. I'm like, bro, y'all don't do it like us, bro. So stop with the helmet stickers, bro. You were trying to be us so badly. Anyways, that's something I noticed. And then we got the dog shit game that I called. Ended up being clinic for UCLA, bro. That play calling is still magnificent. Nico is still him with 180 yards, passing 3 touchdowns. And yeah, they basically beat the dog shit out of Aiden Childs. Aiden Childs is now injured. And their other quarterback kind of looked better. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Aiden Childs is he's such a bucket, bro. Like, oh my god, he's a bucket. Like, not a good bucket, bro. He's just like a standstill. Like, bro, he's trash, bro. I don't know how Michigan State fans hold this guy in high regards, bro. I seen the Aiden Childs lover Instagram account have to retire and shit, bro. It had nothing to do with Aiden Childs, but I'm just like, how does he have a stand account, bro? This dude's fucking dog shit. But anyways. Yeah, UCLA goes to 2-4, bro. They got 2 wins in a row and 2-1 in the Big Ten. Michigan State falls to 0-3 in the Big Ten and they're 3-3 on the season. Michigan State is trash, and they don't know how long Aiden Childs is gonna be out either. So yeah, I definitely watched that game because Rack said that last week. He said, "Why don't we watch this game?" Or why didn't we talk about this game? Hey, it wasn't dog shit. At least UCLA look like a good football team. And that was my 17,000-minute drill.
17,000-minute drill.
I came back in, bro, and I seen you on your phone. VJ was like looking like he was about to fall asleep. I'm like, oh.
Bro, my girl called me, bro. I'm like, God damn it, I missed a phone call. I'm cooked, bro.
What's BYU's quarterback, VJ?
The quarterback, I have no idea, but I know it was like number 47 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bear Bachmeier.
But I know that, but I was paying attention. It's just
W17,000.
Well, what'd you take? I need to hear like something back from me every time. What'd you learn?
Real shit. Honestly, I really like the USC shit. I can't lie, cause like it really did fly under the radar. I thought USC and Michigan, like I thought that was actually gonna be a competitive game. I didn't think USC was gonna blow them out like that, but I knew that was actually I would really like that.
I like the Texas A&M game. Texas A&M, they solidified themselves. I was still on the fence with them. I still didn't,
Bro,
but
Texas A&M has wins where they win against Auburn 16-10 in a defensive battle. They won the shootouts at Notre Dame 42-41. Like they have good quality wins on every side of the across the board.
Yeah. It's like, but those games was close. Just like I really want to see them like really cement themselves. And this week, it showed me like, yep, Texas A&M is.
But it was against Billy Napier and DJ Ugungale and shit.
Hey, that team beat Arch Manning.
Hey,
that's all I'm gonna say. So that's really why it's like Texas A&M is like you mentioned that they're gonna be scary to play in and possibly in the playoffs. Well, it's definitely looking like it. I'm not gonna lie. I know you like A&M like damn near the start. So it's like obviously I was on the fence. College football, anything can happen. Look at Texas, number 1 team, unranked. But anyways, moving on. Now with Texas A&M, they really solidified themselves, and yeah, that's my point. That's
USC, Texas A&M, bro.
USC, yeah.
Them's the teams I go for, bro.
Yeah, Washington too. Washington is like I said, I don't understand why they're not ranked. It's like they got 1 loss and that's gonna get to the number 1 team. 25 at least. Goddamn, like come on, bro. But it's all right. Don't make Ohio State look good. They're the number 1 team. Why make them look even better? But yeah, we all good. No final thoughts.
Chilling.
Bro, I'm ready for this pregame, bro. We got some games this week, bro.
Shit. What's a quick preview so you can let everybody know what to tune in for this Thursday live at 8:00 on my channel on Twitch.tv. It's_slicks. Link in the description if you want to be there while we're live talking about this preview. Cameron, go. Well, if you have it ready, if you're ready.
All right. We got LSU at Vanderbilt, 10 versus 17. We have Tennessee at Alabama, USC at Notre Dame. We have Missouri at Auburn, Utah at BYU, Texas Tech at Arizona State, if you count that. Ole Miss, number 5, at number 9, Georgia.
What's your game you're looking forward to, Cameron?
USC Notre Dame. Notre Dame has to win that game.
Ooh.
And USC already has 1 loss. So if they want a chance at that Big Ten championship or a chance at, because USC controls their own destiny. I think if they win out, they'll be in there. And they don't got a tough schedule. They got Notre Dame, Nebraska. Oh, they got Oregon at the end. But other than Oregon, they could be a 2-loss team and only have losses to Illinois and Oregon. And depending on how Illinois plays, They got their ranked win against Michigan, and if they beat Notre Dame, that'll be 2 ranked wins in the top 15.
What?
And Oregon look beatable.
Oregon look beatable.
Oregon got shut out by Indiana.
Yeah, Oregon look beatable. So, all right, like I said, that was
Oregon is beatable.
It is beatable. They do got 1 loss. But anyways, yep, that's our quick preview into this Thursday. Like I said, we will be going over to week 8 preview, pregame that we're going to talk about, what to expect or what we're expecting. Obviously, Cam only gave you a quick rundown of what the game to look forward to this week. So if you guys are interested, want to come talk to us over there, we're live Thursday 8 p.m. Should be live 8 p.m. If early, that'll be better. But usually 8 p.m. we're gonna be live, talking about the week 8. But yeah, that's been us. That's been the 1 foot in college football realm. And thank you, Cam, for being here today, and thank you, VJ, as well.
Okay. Thank you for being here. It's crazy.
It's like the.
One day, bro. Y'all act like I miss every day.
It's like nah. He showed up and did his thing like always.
Yeah, you showed up.
I do show up. Yeah, I mean they wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Anyways,
they wouldn't know.
Yeah. But yeah, it's been us with the 1 foot in podcast. Yeah, if you guys like that, I already said everything. So this should be coming out. What's today? Tuesday. Should be out Wednesday.
Should come out Wednesday.
Yep. So yeah, like I said, if you guys are interested in the Buckeye fan film that was posted yesterday when y'all watching this on Tuesday. So if you guys want to go into more in-depth details, Cam was not present that day due to technical issues. But
Okay,
he got.
bro. How
But
many times are we gonna bring this shit
but
up, bro? Like,
just bro, because I'm signing now. They they might not know why you're not there. So it's like make sure you do a quick reminder like, hey, you're not there. That's why he gave his insight earlier in the podcast.
Yeah, we didn't explain that earlier or nothing.
Yeah, I mean, oh, but yeah.
Another day ever, bro.
But yeah, if you guys made it to the end of the video, if you're new to the channel, also consider clicking that subscribe button. Also, since you're already down there, also click that like button as well, as it helps out the channel a lot. But other than that, we appreciate all the love and support. We'll catch you guys whenever we catch you next. Peace.